GraphPad was designed to meet the needs of smaller organizations. However, that approach actually lends itself well to even larger organizations which have their own departments or regional-based requirements. So for example, you could have different departments with the organization that have different libraries that they need, or if you have the same business model, you could have different state requirements that require you to fill out different forms. So in this case, I'm going to demonstrate how a larger organization, how a user would download the application from the App Store and then log in with the company's company name and specified password along with their username. They would then activate that lease, and by activating that lease, they would now associate this iPad with that company. And so, for example, I would set up a various different setups for that company. In this case, they could have their own setups which would redirect it to a server. But before I actually show that, what I'm going to do is demonstrate that this is not currently connected to the web in any way, or does it have any custom library? So if we go into new, we see we don't have anything other than the standard forms that come with GraphPad. If we go under libraries, we see there are no specific libraries to that company. And likewise, if we go to open a document, we see that we don't have the ability to download anything from the web. There's actually no files on this device at this time. However, if we go into the setup, or into the setup screen and download configuration, and the first configuration I'm going to download is just a redirect so that it actually pulls and saves data from another server. So we download that, it actually sets those parameters, and now if we look under the open, we'll see that we do have this icon that allows us to go out onto the web, and we actually see from that other server that there are other users that are there, and I can download a particular file. So this is an example where I actually have a completed form. We can see the entire form, and notice that this form is not on this document at this time. It just downloaded it from the web. We see the drawing capability, and we've saved a couple of images to demonstrate that we can actually capture images on the iPad, save them into a document, and then upload those to the server. And these are uploaded vis-a-vis a zip file, and so you could actually take these files out. It's not like they're just in a PDF. You can actually take these individual files out by themselves. So likewise, if we go back over and we look at new, we'll see we don't have any additional document types. But if we go to save as, this then also gives us the upload capability, so we can now upload files to that other server. Now, we still have setups. Now, these setups can be the company's specific setups. So you notice that these are different. That's because these setups are the setups from the company on their server. And so an administrator could create the various libraries that they need. They can actually distribute it to their server, and with the redirect, their employees can then get that specific setup. And I'm going to download this setup at this point. And what's going to happen now is if I look over into my new documents, we'll see that I've downloaded 2 new document types specific to the organization, as well as I now have libraries. So I have company-specific libraries of symbols. We can have as many of those as we want to and use those accordingly. So that demonstrates how, because this is designed for smaller core companies where I would manage those individually, I can just create one setup for them. They can use my server, or we can redirect it over and we can actually have it, a larger company manage all of their setup themselves. And creating these libraries, I've made that as simple as possible so that an administrator on their side would have the ability to create these libraries, load them up for their users to have. And that really details the features that are built into GraphPad, and this summarizes what I'm doing for the next release of the product, which should be I should upload to the App Store today, and then it should be available in a couple of weeks. In addition, since I wrote all of the code associated with this product, if there were some bespoke requirements that a company needed, I could actually code those in. So if they wanted changes in how I do the drawings, how I capture images, etc., all those can be created into a bespoke application for a larger organization that has the budget to do that. And that's my presentation. Thank you very much.